2030 apparently. And if things start happening with this grand solar minimum, and you grow hungry because you can't afford your food, you may just end up in one of those. So look it up. It's important. Wake up, people. Wake up. Okay, number 18. We covered that. Wake up. 19. A strong economy and a healthy planet are mutually reinforcing. Okay, so they're talking about the impacts of global warming, 1.5 degrees centigrade. I don't believe in it. I'm talking about the grand solar minimum. Um, it won't take very much longer now. We will see who is right. Dr. Valentina Sarkova, she has a really good video on YouTube about this. She explains all of her data and her hypothesis on the grand solar minimum. It's happening, and they have proven it. So it's no longer a debate. Yeah, there isn't a debate anymore. We have won, and now we're just going to see in the next 5 years what actually happens. And guess what? It's going to get colder overall and more extreme. There isn't going to be any warming. Warming would actually be good. So one cool thing is, they're talking about the signatories to the Paris Agreement have been reaffirmed. Well, Trump didn't reaffirm it because he doesn't believe in global warming. He knows the grand solar minimum is real, and I'm sure he's trying to do something to help us in the future about it. I would like to believe so. A lot of people don't. You either don't or you do. It's kind of how it's starting to seem, and that's the extremes they want the two-party system to be. And I don't like to play in it, but I'm hoping for good. I just have to have a little bit of hope. So the United States didn't not affirm they basically reiterates their decision to withdraw from the Paris Agreement and affirms its strong commitment to economic growth and energy access and security without being in that agreement. So 22. We recognize a crucial role of energy in helping shape our shared future, and we encourage energy transitions that combine growth with decreasing greenhouse emissions towards cleaner and more flexible and transparent systems. I would love to have a less polluted world, and if you see my video on Nerdles, I'm all about that, but we don't necessarily need to worry about our CO2, because CO2 is actually really good for growing plants, and it's going to be crucial for us to have enough food in the future. So CO2 is good, poison is bad, toxin is bad. That's what we need to get out of that. Okay. Number 23, strong and effective international financial institutions help underpin growth. That's all you need to hear from this. They help underpin growth. Okay. They affirm their commitment to further strengthening the global financial safety net with strong, quota-based, and adequately resourced IMF at its center. The IMF is not good. We need to get rid of the central banks. We need to go back to some kind of standard, even if it's a basket of currencies. We've lost so much of the value. I think it's like 90-something% of the value of the dollar since the 19th Federal Reserve Act. Guess what? It's private. It's not federal. That's all I need to say there. 24. We will continue to monitor cross-border capital flows. Okay, basically, they want to make sure they get their take of any international trades. That's there's a whole basically other countries are getting around the dollar in ways, and they don't want that to happen. The BRICS nations, they're doing it big time, and they want to reaffirm that they get their cut is what is what I get out of that. Okay, 25, an open and resilient financial system, again, grounded in agreed international standards. That's what I'm talking about. They want international standards. They want to be able to have sustainable growth. They want to tackle emerging risks and vulnerabilities in the financial systems, like cryptocurrencies, and that's what they actually say down here. Regulate crypto assets for anti-money laundering. They want to be able to put regulations all over these cryptocurrencies. They want to be able to control these cryptocurrencies, and I think that's why, we have Bitcoin in the first place, because that was their little test booger to put out there, so they can have a reason to put regulatory institutions above that trade, that asset. So number 26, they want to have a globally fair, sustainable, and modern international tax system. They want their cut. They want to put their foot all over every single person. Very important on the end of this, we continue to support enhanced tax certainty and tax capacity building in developing countries. They want to make sure those people who aren't paying any taxes because they live out in the middle of nowhere, they're in a tribe, they live off the land, they're a native. They want to make sure, as this person starts to become a modern human, they want to make sure and get their cut. So whatever they need to put in place, this worldwide implementation of the OECD/G20 thingy-majig, they want to put that in place so they can get their cut. That's all I know about that. I mean, that's just that simple. I mean, when you get to know how these people do this stuff, it's so simple when you read something they print. They put their plan out, and you just read through the little pleasantries, and the truth is so plain. It's like almost like those glasses on They Live. I can see what they're saying. It's crazy. 27. International trade and investment are important engines of growth, productivity, innovation, job creation, and development. They recognize that they need a multilateral trading system because that's what made it. They have this multilateral trading system, and it made it to that end. But now this system is currently falling short of its objectives. And so they think it's necessary to reform. It's necessary to reform the WTO, to improve its functioning, because they're not getting all their cut. I mean, that's what I'm getting out of that. 28, recalling their commitments. Okay, so basically the steel, I don't know if you know anything about what happened with steel, but basically they've got absolute control over steel. And they want to make sure they continue that, and they want to make sure and implement that, because they want to have complete control over steel. Why not? 29. They remain committed to prevent the and fight. Okay, this is cool right here. I forgot this one was good. They're committed to prevent and fight corruption. They want to lead by example, and this can actually be good. I mean, this could be talk, but I think there are some people. I think there are some people in here trying to do this, and I think that's what this 60,000 indictments are about. If you saw my video about that, so they want to foster transparency. They want to find these links between corruption and these economic crimes, and they want to tackle them. And they want to find stolen assets because they want their cut, basically. And they want to look into the bribery. They want to criminalize the bribery of foreign public officials. So I guess that's not illegal yet, because they want to make criminalization of the bribery for foreign public officials. I guess that's not illegal yet, but should be. 30. We affirm our strong condemnation of terrorism. That basically they want to make sure they can run their false flags and have control of terrorism when it comes to social media, because the digital industry is a way that they can basically undermine their false flag narratives. So they have to make sure they have complete control of that with the full implementation of the G20 leaders' statement on countering terrorism. Okay, so that is my take on the G20. Sorry if it's kind of crude and to the point and kind of fast and me talking a lot. But that's basically it. The next meetings will be in Japan 2019, and then Saudi Arabia in 2020. Okay, I wanted to get to some of the stuff that actually was good in there. Well, I talked about the China thing. Come over here to Al Jazeera if you want to get a little synopsis on it. The takeaway. basically on it here. A little so minute what I thought I did better than that, but here's some news articles I'll have links of. Oh, snap. Alex Jones. All right, well, that was that. Hope you enjoyed the information. I will have links to where you can find all this information, and please watch and subscribe please subscribe and watch my next videos. I will have a video coming out soon about the Trump's uncle. I want to get into how he has gotten some of his possible, insight into the world, and maybe even patents on stuff where he may have gotten them from, and how that all could unfold in Trump's benefit, maybe for our benefit here in the future, dealing with energy freedom. I also am going to have a video about the Qatar getting out of OPEC and the OPEC meeting coming up soon, so stay tuned.